Hello everyone, a little luck o' the Irish today in my apparel that I'm wearing. I'm a good luck charm. It is March, it is St. Patrick's Day. I'm pretty sure I'm 0% Irish, but that doesn't matter to me at all. I enjoy Irish cuisine a lot, and I enjoy having a green beer on St. Patty's Day. And one of my favorite things, I really went gung-ho on these when I was pregnant, but any restaurant that I found that had Reuben rolls on the menu, I was like, boom, sold. I don't know if I would necessarily call that a craving because I wasn't like craving it when I wasn't at a restaurant, but it's like if I was looking through their menu and I saw Reuben rolls on there, boom, I had to have them. And I tried so many different great ones, and I wanted to make these last year and I wanted to make them the year before, and it just never came together that I bought the right ingredients and stuff, but I'm making them today. I'm making mini ones. Let me show you guys real quick. Pull it up here. So I already made one batch with sauce, but they are just little mini egg rolls. You can make them definitely bigger. You know, the restaurant size is usually like the full egg roll wrapper, and then they chop them in half so you can dip them in. And like I said, a variety of different restaurants make them. But I only had the little wrappers. That's what I bought. I don't know if I necessarily bought them for this. Sometimes I just buy things so that I have them in the house so that if I want to make something, I can. But this is how easy it's going to come together. So I'm going to start by putting the ingredients together for the inside. So the inside of the Reuben roll, corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut. That's it. It's that simple. So I had a hard time finding corned beef. I didn't look at a ton of places yesterday, but the couple of places that I did look at, I couldn't find corned beef outside of the deli. I didn't want to buy the whole chunk of corned beef because my family just wouldn't eat that. But my mom works at Sendik's, and so I had a little connection hook up with her, texted her yesterday, and I was like, does your Sendik's have this? Because the Sendik's that I went to did not have corned beef. She found me some great corned beef. Corned beef is not a cheap meat. Not many meats are cheap right now. But she got me some amazing corned beef. So all I'm going to do is take a few slices. I just grabbed 2 slices here. I'm actually going to separate them and then just kind of lay them on top of each other. Everything that's going inside, you're making like a diced up mixture. So I'm just using a really sharp knife. I'm going to come across it this way. Corned beef, you know, it has a little bit more fat to it. Whoa, the dog is getting treats thrown at her, and she had a little run-in with Mr. Potato Head. So make sure you're really pushing down and breaking up those strings. You want to make sure that all of the pieces are truly small enough, especially with the size of the Reuben rolls or the little egg roll wrappers that I have here, that it's all going to be easy to be eaten. So I'm just kind of looking through what I've got here. I will post the recipe that is like the master recipe that I found, kind of like to base mine on, but I'm making it really easy on myself, and I'm looking for a cup of corned beef, a half a cup of Swiss cheese, and a third a cup of sauerkraut. So I'm ultimately just trying to fill this close enough. I mean, it's not exact. We're not looking at science here. If you're someone who is a little less on the sauerkraut, a little more on the cheese, like you can obviously, you know, make these however you want. But I'm super excited for St. Patty's Day. I'm going to get out and walk Sean. I'm going to make sure that I'm getting a Reuben roll. I have to have them. And, you know, it's fun. To me, it's a sign of spring. It's a sign of fun in Wisconsin. So super excited to be able to get out there, have that beer, that cocktail, whatever I want, and enjoy it. And just celebrate and be Irish for a day. So I've got my whole cup of corned beef all diced up in there. Now I'm going to take, I bought slices of cheese. Originally, when I saw this recipe, I thought that I was going to be like layering things inside of the egg roll wrappers. Not the case. So you could buy shredded Swiss cheese, or again, I'm just dicing things up. So I've got 2 pieces of cheese here. And then I made skinny little sticks with it here this way. My oven's preheated. That's awesome. And then I'm going the other way and, you know, just kind of making them as small as shredded cheese would be. Swiss cheese is just, to me, it's so versatile. It's a stronger cheese. I fully understand that. But, you know, a lot of people, Swiss cheese, Swiss, Irish, like a Reuben, that's weird. But it goes together so well. So, all right, I've got this. Now, this is the only, quote, tricky part of all of this, is they make much smaller cans of sauerkraut. This is what I had available to me, but they do make a smaller size can because you're not using a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop it in to my measuring cup, and sauerkraut obviously comes in a liquid, so I'm actually going to overfill this just slightly And now I've got a little bowl here. Whoa, that bowl already had water in it. That's fine. That's coming into play later, and this is no issue that it's going in there. So I am just using the back of my spoon and pushing the liquid out. You don't want that liquid inside of your egg rolls, your little rolls here, because it'll make them soggy, and no one wants a soggy egg roll. So I've got my 3 ingredients. Boom, boom, boom. Now you got to just mix it up really thoroughly. So you want to make sure that each bite is going to get, each of these, I would say that these are little 2-bite egg rolls that I'm making, but you want to make sure that all of them are going to have a little taste of the sauerkraut, the cheese, and the corned beef. All right, assembly time. This took me a few tries, I'm not going to lie, to figure out the best way to lay them down. So I've got, that one's really wet, so I'm going to go for the second one. I've got my little egg roll wrapper here. I'm putting it in a diamond shape in front of me. Hope you guys can see that. And now I'm grabbing some mixture, and I'm not centering it. I'm actually putting it slightly above the center. Getting, I don't know, a little more than a tablespoon in there, if you guys can see that. Maybe it's about a tablespoon worth. And now I'm going to use my finger, so that's why I didn't care that I had the sauerkraut water. You need to dampen the edges of this so that it will stick to itself. So I am just going to dip in my water. Now I'm pulling from the top towards myself. When I get to the middle, I'm folding in the 2 sides, and then roll, 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 boom. I'll do another one for you guys just as an example here. So taking my wonton wrapper, putting it in a diamond in front of myself, grabbing a nice scoopful of the mixture. Let me just pull this up for you guys. So you guys can see this. Oh, he's eating Letty's treats right now, which, don't worry, they're just oyster crackers, but they're sharing together. It's really cute. So I've got it here. So I'm going to actually pull towards myself, kind of loop that little corner under. Let's see if I can even come closer to you guys so you guys can see this. All right, I'm turning the board. So I pulled that towards myself. Now I'm tucking in this corner. Nope, this isn't working. I definitely need 2 hands to be able to do this. But anyways, all right, so I also forgot to get it fully damp. So then you tuck in those 2 sides and roll, roll, roll. Maybe I'll put a little tutorial video, have my husband film it and do it. So I'm going to fill that pan. It's going to make, so this was my first batch here. Let's see, we ate 2 so far. You get about a dozen, which isn't bad. This is half of the recipe. So you were supposed to get a dozen big ones. So this makes sense that I'm getting 24 little ones out of 1 batch. And so you're going to get them all laid out on the pan. I'm using parchment paper. Otherwise, you will definitely want to grease your pan on the underside. These egg roll wrappers have 0 fat content in them, and I'm not frying them. So all I'm going to do is spray them over the top with some cooking spray, and then in the oven 425 for about 10 minutes. And then they turn out brown and crispy and delicious like this. But you got to dip them in something, right? Okay, so again, super, super easy. The only thing that you have to have is horseradish. Prepared horseradish. So I don't typically have horseradish in my house. We have it around Easter, and that's it. But found this in the refrigerated section near the sour cream. He's all right. He's just chasing the doggy around with the ball. So here's how easy it's going to come together. Squeezable sour cream, fantastic. I need about a 1/4 cup. Whoops. It popped on me a little bit there. That's okay. Now, ketchup, 3 tablespoons. Almost about the same as a 1/4 cup. So it's almost like a half and half. 1 teaspoon, or if you're not a super, horseradish can have a kick. This one, Silver Spring brand, not super, super hot. They do make hot horseradish as well. But you need about a teaspoon of it. That goes in there. I need 1 garlic clove that's been minced up. Is this truly minced? It just says garlic, ready to use. I guess it's a mince. You could also use pressed garlic and press one if you want to. And then just a little bit of paprika. And now I'm going to have enough dipping sauce for my second one. So I'm going to mix and mix this around. You could make this first, and then the flavors will have even more time to meld together. So it's kind of like a Thousand Island or a Russian dressing. This one obviously doesn't have any pickles in it. I see no issue if you just wanted to use Thousand Island dressing. But here's the final product there. So This is gonna sit out for about 10 minutes during the time that I make the rest of my Reuben rolls. And then while they're in the oven, and then I'm gonna have all of this to enjoy, and this is gonna be our lunch today. So tell me if you've had Reuben rolls somewhere so I can go and have them. I am so excited to have them. Tell me if there are other St. Patrick's Day or Marchy kind of things that you are interested in me making. I have some other ideas in mind, but I don't really have the full plan for the month put together. But again, there's a ton of places in downtown Waukesha or around the city of Waukesha that are having St. Patty's Day specials. To get a good, Guinness stew is something that I used to make all the time. Maybe I'll make that. That would not be something that I could truly show you guys fully how I make that here, but maybe I can just show you how I started off, because there's some searing of the beef that goes inside of it, which the Guinness stew is a favorite of mine, and I haven't made it for quite a few years, so maybe it's time to actually pull that one back out. But what are some other things that you guys have had, that would be something delicious for me to make on here? Maybe not necessarily even an Irish thing, just something that you wish that I would make or replicate. I know I'm still working on the whole Jimmy's Grotto panzerata thing. I have not forgotten. But the issue that I have right now is that is deep frying something very, very, very large. And we've had some issues in our house where the smoke detectors go off. If I have smoky oil or something, going too much because our ceilings are high, the smoke detector is right in the middle of that. And so obviously all of the smoke congregates right there. So no one wants to hear my smoke detector go off for 3 minutes, because yes, that's how long it goes off for, until it decides to stop itself while that's happening. So still trying to figure that out. Maybe that's something I do outside, borrow my dad's deep fryer to be able to do it. So I have not forgotten about the panzerata. But what else do you guys want to see me make? So I'm going to show you guys the inside of one of these now. So obviously best when they're warm, when they're fresh. These are still somewhat warm. I might just, throw them back on the pan in the oven for like a minute to warm them up, but I don't know if you heard that crunch, but it's good. Here's the inside. Here's my filling. Yum, yum, yum. It's so good. This is going to be such a yummy lunch for us today. Even though it's a St. Patty's Day thing, I could really make these year-round. My husband already said, let's make them for a Packer party. These are really, really good. So obviously it's not Packer season, but a warm thing tends to go with a Packers game versus like a Brewers game. It's a little putsy to get together, but I could be doing this while talking with people if they're at our house. So again, share your ideas with me. I will post the recipe below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday.